A lot to break down. Charismatic. But what he says about the youth is interesting. I wrote notes. I actually wrote down notes because we're going to break this down tonight. So this is just like a raw reaction before we break it down. Look, I think one of the stuff that really came in, man. Let me even look at my notes here. Um, his look a fruit. So basically, he feels like he is as sweet as a fruit. That's what he says. Is like he says that he's as sweet as a fruit, which is flipping hilarious, man. Um. So look, what did he say here? Close to joining City. Was he that close to joining City? Because I always thought that the City thing was for Fugazi, but he feels he was close to joining City. But I think what was interesting was Piers. You can see why Cristiano went to Piers. That guy was stroking his damn ego. That guy was stroking his damn ego like six meerkats, man. So Piers was talking more. Like he was sucking up to him. He was literally sucking up to him. And those are the guys that Cristiano likes, man. And also him talking about how new coach, because remember, Pierre said Ralph came in and said that he wanted you to press. Because in modern football right now, as a forward player, you have to press. And Cristiano's responses are, how are all these coaches coming in, think that they can now reinvent the wheel, and that's made me to press. And we're going to break that down even more, but it's like, football, and that has been the point I've been making, is that Christian, we know that you're one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but football has changed. Attackers in 2013, 2012 aren't attackers in 2020, 2022. The game has changed, the game advances, and you have to evolve. What he said about younger players, I thought was true. That is, I cannot argue. That what he said about younger players was true. In terms of, remember, back in the day, there was no social media, no Instagram, no Twitter, no distractions. Smartphones didn't exist. So when you're in training or outside of training, all you can do is either read a magazine, read a newspaper, or train. Now, you guys are on selfie, they're on TikTok, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're WhatsApping guys. And 100%, there are so many more distractions now for younger players that it's hard for them to have the same desire and hunger that he had when he was in his early 20s. So that is true. Him attacking the Portuguese press and saying that these guys are jealous of him. But what I found weird is, now people may be now I don't think people are attacking you. I think people are criticizing you. Who has ever criticized his family? It's all like anybody that I'm positive the Portuguese press have not criticized his family. They may criticize you, but your family, that makes no sense, man. And he says about, why is there criticism that, no, he says that, why is he so famous? Because got like half a bill followers on Instagram. He says he says because he plays good football. You score goals. I don't know about good football, but you score goals. Okay, you're into Messi right now. Charismatic. I don't call him charismatic. I'll say he's got a huge personality. He's got a massive personality, so you either love him or hate him. I don't see Mourinho as charismatic. See, Mourinho is a guy that oozes charisma. I don't think you're charismatic. Honestly, it was all because he's good looking. Look, we always knew that. So, but what was interesting, because they did a snippet of what's going to happen like next week, and the last thing he says that if that happens, I retire. 100%. Pierce says, if you win the World Cup, what will you do? So if Portugal win the World Cup, which they could, if they win the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo will retire on that spot. So that's the thing, man. So Portugal win the World Cup, Cristiano retires, man. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button over there. And guys, join us tonight as we break it down on the live show. Peace.